What if I told you there's a little-known, somewhat unethical trick to skyrocketing on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram, and I can guarantee that there isn't a video out there teaching this secret method, which will feel like activating God mode. These platforms all share a common trait. If someone takes your idea and creates a better version, they'll snag way more engagement, no matter who came up with it first. But is engagement the be-all and end-all? Does it guarantee monetization too? I'm going to answer these questions, including the foolproof automated video creation strategy in an amazing sub-niche of motivational videos. This may feel like it's not legal, but in fact, it is completely ethical and is used by most of the biggest creators to achieve their explosive growth. No 11 labs, no CapCut, no spending hours adjusting your voiceovers to scenes. Best of all, you can apply this to any niche of your choice. I'll also show you how to repurpose the same content across different social media platforms with just one click. This method is a game changer for maximizing your reach and efficiency, ensuring your great content gets seen far and wide with minimal extra effort. Diving in, let's first talk about one of the biggest names on YouTube today, Mr. Beast. You've probably watched his Train vs. Pit video a bunch of times, right? But here's something you might not know. That idea was actually posted almost 2 years earlier on a much smaller channel. And guess what? The view counts are almost the same. You see where I'm going with this? For those of you who are just starting out and are super pumped about creating totally fresh, original content, I hate to burst your bubble, but the truth is that the best way to get started is by giving your own identity to already existing popular content. Not only that, but almost all big creators today have used this same concept over and over again until they became successful enough to start driving their own original content. It's the exact method I've used to grow my TikTok account, gaining hundreds of thousands of followers and racking up millions of views. Strategy that's proven effective time and time again. So, for all the beginners out there aiming to make this year their breakthrough, there are two major approaches to consider. Let's delve into these methods and see how you can use them to kickstart your journey to success. The first method, which is not quite ethical, is something you might have seen many videos about. By the way, I want to be clear, I do not recommend this method at all, and it's important to understand why, which I will explain in a moment. This method is basically copying and pasting clips from other videos, and to dodge the platform's algorithm, adding a split screen of a Minecraft game, or changing the background to luxury homes, cars, etc. You get the point? While it might seem tempting as a quick path to success, it's loaded with ethical issues, getting shadow banned, potential legal troubles, and to make it even worse, not being monetizable. This method is undoubtedly the easiest, and many beginners fall into this trap because, well, who doesn't want to hit the jackpot with minimal effort? Even if they've chosen a niche they're passionate about and can find trending videos in it, they often lack skills in script writing, video editing, etc. So they resort to copying and pasting. Guys, let's be real. Making money online is hard work, but with the right automation tools, you can definitely turn it into smart work. So instead of chasing after those get-rich-quick schemes, I recommend focusing on ways to speed things up and automate your processes. Stick with me, and I'll show you exactly how to do that. So, the second method is the one I personally use and have found great success with. What's the secret? It's essentially what Mr. Beast does. Start by finding a topic that really resonates with your audience. How? Look for a small channel with a video that's blowing up, getting 10, 20, or even 100 times more views than the channel's average. For a deeper dive into how I find these channels, check out this video where I cover it in more detail. Link will be in the description. The next step is to add your own creativity and flair. Don't hold back from making it uniquely yours by injecting your own perspective. Now, you might think this requires a lot of effort and a steep learning curve in video creation. True, it's more effort than just copy-pasting, but with the right automation strategy, which I'll show you next, it can still be quite manageable. Let's face it, to make it big in short-form content on platforms like TikTok or YouTube Shorts, you need to be posting at least one video a day for a minimum of 30 to 90 days. That's a serious commitment, especially if you're juggling a full-time job. Without automation, success becomes a much tougher hill to climb. Before we jump into the automation strategy, if you are with me on the above two methods, then I'd love to hear from you if you got yourself in a bit of a pickle with your content. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll be more than happy to personally review your situation and offer my advice to help you navigate through any challenges. There's one more awesome tip I want to share with you. You may have heard that short-form content earns only pennies, but this has all changed with the TikTok Creativity Program. TikTok is currently working to establish a stronger presence in paying creators better, aiming to compete with YouTube. The good news is that the requirements for this program are quite achievable, especially considering that engagement rates on TikTok videos tend to be higher than on YouTube. As for the payment, you can expect to earn anywhere between 50 cents to $1 per 1,000 views. This is a great opportunity for creators looking to expand their reach and monetize their content on TikTok. Alright, let's focus on a specific sub-niche for our motivational channel, the animal motivation niche. It's a unique and engaging area to explore. As a simple example, take a look at this theme page that started in 2022. The strategy for the animal motivation niche is pretty straightforward. Find an animal-themed motivational story, pair it with trending audio, and you're set to go. So, for the first step, we need to prepare our script. But before we get into that, I want to add a disclaimer that none of the tools I am showing off here are sponsoring me. These are part of my own toolbox, and hopefully can be yours too. I've got two quick ways to do this. First, I could find a trending video like this one, which is still pulling in about 27 views per hour after already hitting 8 million views. I'd go to youtubetranscript.com, paste the URL, copy the video transcript, and then ask ChatGPT to rewrite this script, adding a strong hook to make it more engaging. The other option is to directly ask ChatGPT for some creative ideas, and then you choose the one you like. The second step is where the real magic happens, using a tool that's like the ChatGPT of video creation, InVideo AI. You can find a link in my description below for some cool discounts when you sign up. So I'm going to take my Power of Attitude script, rewrite, and dive into this powerful tool. I'll select the script to video option and paste it from my ChatGPT rewrite. Then I'll choose the style of background music and voiceover I want and let the magic unfold. InVideo AI will handle everything with just a click of a button, a task that used to take me hours, sifting through stock media, generating voiceovers for each scene, and piecing it all together in CapCut. Let's see how InVideo AI transforms our script into a captivating video.
In the heart of the wild, where nature's laws reign supreme, there exists a profound secret, a truth known only to the Creator and mirrored in two majestic creatures, the eagle and the lion.
It seems we're missing subtitles in our video. No problem, let's quickly add them using the magic box below. This feature is hands down my favorite part of this tool. The ability to prompt edits to the video. It's like having a magic wand for video editing. If you're interested in seeing the full power of these magic prompt edits, I've got a detailed video on my channel that dives into it. This really is the future of video editing, making it easier and more intuitive than ever. Let's add those subtitles and see how they enhance our video.
In the heart of the wild, where nature's laws reign supreme, there exists a profound secret, a truth known only to the Creator and mirrored in two majestic creatures, the eagle and the lion. These animals, chosen by the Creator to symbolize—
If you're impressed with what we have so far, just wait until you see how I take it to the next level. I'm heading back into InVideo, clicking on Edit and then Edit Script. Here, I'll find all the prompts that the tool uses to search through stock media. I'll copy these prompts and then move over to my all-time favorite plugin, AIPRM for ChatGPT, to use the Midjourney 6 prompt generator. And hey friends, you don't necessarily need to stick with Midjourney. These same prompts work great with DALL-E, Leonardo, and other similar tools of your choice as well. Let's paste my desired image description into the prompt generator to get something more detailed. Next, I'm going to animate using a text-to-animation tool called Pika Labs, which is absolutely free and offers quality generations, especially in Pika 1.0, comparable to Runway ML. I'll paste my prompt there and let it work its magic. While Pika animations are good, I like to take things even further. I'll use the same prompt to generate an image in Midjourney V6. The quality of the images in V6 is so impressively realistic. I absolutely love it. I'll pick the image I like best and download it. This image will now become my seed image for Pika Labs, and I'll regenerate my animation with it. The final animation of the lion turns out to be incredibly realistic and stunning. Who needs iStock media when I can create my own? I'll then go back to InVideo, head to Edit Media, upload the new media, and replace the existing one. I'm also going to swap out another one from my library. Let's check out the final result.
In the heart of the wild, where nature's laws reign supreme, there exists—
It's looking absolutely fantastic. Now, I promised you earlier in the video that I'm going to show you a one-click method to repurpose the content across various platforms. So here's what we are going to do. We will go back to our awesome magic box and type in change the video to a portrait, and in just one click, this video is ready in the aspect ratio of 9:16. I can again change it back to landscape if I wish, which allows you to finish your edits and then play around with aspect ratios. This final video is about 2.5 minutes long, which is perfect for our TikTok creativity program, but might be a bit lengthy for YouTube Shorts. For YouTube, I recommend using the magic box and simply writing, keep the video duration under 60 seconds. It will automatically rewrite the script for you and adjust all the scenes accordingly. Friends, this is the future of AI video content creation. It's all about the prompts. The more creative your prompts are, the better your output will be. In total, this whole process takes about 30 minutes to create short-form content once you've done your research. This makes it feasible to post one video a day on any of these platforms without feeling overwhelmed. Plus, you can batch create a bunch of videos on a holiday or weekend and then post them throughout the week. Now, for a crucial aspect, how to make your content stand out and rank at the top of searches, check out my next video here. Let's keep exploring and mastering the art of AI-driven content creation.